Coach, we just had Mercedes here. How nice is it to have her in the post, and what are your expectations for her this season?
Oh, it's great to have her on board. Obviously, when you have somebody who's very, very talented and has a great feel for the game, it's a plus. And you know, we had a solid post group, you know, coming back as it was, but you add her to the mix now, and I think it just really, really gives us some great depth and some great versatility at that position. Expectations. Again, we expect her to contribute. We expect her to play a very vital role with this team. Obviously, for something like that, we don't set numbers or you're going to be a starter from that. Is all very much in process right now. That's something that will be decided as we go along. But we fully expect Mercedes to play a very, very pivotal role in this team and to contribute very significantly.
Dino, do you think she's going to be? You say you've got a deep post group already.
Yes.
Will she be the type of player that might be a little deferential to those players, or is she somebody that you think will try to step out and make her own mark right away?
Well, again, that's a great question, and I think a lot of times, just by nature of the you know, the hierarchy of teams, that happens sometimes. And you know, we've encouraged her from day one is, you know, hey, we're all players here. It doesn't matter what year you are, how long you've been here. There are no incumbents, and so everybody do what you do best, play to your strengths, and so do not defer. And I think just again, just the kind of person she is, she's just a very, very classy, she's got a lot of just common sense about her. She's got a great feel for things, and I think that's very natural for a freshman to feel that. She is the only freshman in the post group, but I think she's quickly adapting and adjusting to everybody. The coaching staff has been very, very positive and affirming with her in terms of, hey, we need you to be you. We need you to bring your skill set and bring your talent, do the things you do well. So by all means, we're not looking for deferential players here. We're looking for players who are going to bust out every single practice, and she's done a good job of that.
What are the biggest things about her skill set that stand out?
Yeah, she is, you know, very, very versatile. She has the ability to score with both hands inside. She can play inside. She's got a face-up game. She can make the mid-range jump shot, get to the high post, make a shot, get to the short corner, make a shot. She's also a very skilled passer. I think one of the things that has been underrated about her game is she is such a good passer, and she's like Candace in this regard. You know, people have asked about that, and you know, they're two different players. But one of the things, Candace was very unselfish and had a great feel for when she was being doubled to kick out and find open players. And that's she has shown in just a little bit we've done of that. She's shown a very, very good ability to pick up on the double teams and also to pass out of them and pick up open players. And the other thing about her that has been very impressive to me and our coaching staff, all of us, we've noticed, is that she's very basketball smart. Mercedes has the ability to hear something once and apply it. And you know, we use a phrase here, we say carryover is evidence of learning. She has the ability to hear something once and carry it over. And that's less common than it is common. That's easily talked about, but not always easily done. And she's so far been very, very good at that. She's a very sharp basketball student. You can tell, A, she's got high basketball IQ. B, she's been very, very well coached. She's had some very good basketball coaches in her past.
Any examples of that where she kind of picks up on a lesson right away, or?
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of like, for instance, you know, on a pick and roll action and pick and pop action, she's done those. Both of those are two very different things that you do off of a ball screen, and she's shown a good ability of when to do each of those things or either of those things. Just having the ability to kind of read a defender and say, you know, when you're being played this way, this is the footwork that we want to use, and this is your counter to that. She just, you go then and watch her do it, you'll drill it, but then you'll see it live, and oftentimes what happens, you'll see it maybe 50% of the time in players, and then you know, you make a mental note, and you say, oh, we got to go back and drill that. She's got a very high carryover rate of what she hears, what she drills, and then what she can apply in scrimmage or live segments.
You know, I know with Mercedes we're talking a lot about potential and what could be, but
yeah,
with her and Bashar and Izzy in that core group, could this possibly be one of the better post groups you've coached here?
Oh, I think so, in terms of total depth from top to bottom, because you know, obviously if you're talking about, top line group since I've been here, and this is my 10th season. I mean, you look at Candace and Nikki as a twosome. We're very, those are two players hard to beat, and they complement each other so well. They were so physically skilled, physically tough, and mentally tough. And to have all that in the same cauldron and put together on a day, that's so rare and so hard to find. So I'm not ready to go there just yet, but I will say in terms of total depth and versatility, this group, it can approach that. This group is a group that can approach that and get to that point. And certainly, again, we're talking 1 through 4 players now. They're as deep and as multi-dimensionally talented as any group that I have coached here. But again, the experience factor, that counts for a lot. And again, now going back to Mercedes specifically, still adjusting to the physicality. That the two biggest things we always say for college players to adjust to are physicality and speed and tempo of the game. And so those have been adjustments for her. But again, once again, credit to her. She's a quick study. She's adjusting very well.
When's the last time y'all had a player come in with this type of claim, this type of rank? I know y'all recruit well on an annual basis, but have somebody of this magnitude?
Well, that's a great question too. And again, I'm trying to think, because again, putting me on the spot here, you might catch me. She was the Gatorade National Player of the Year last year, #1 ranked player in the country. So it has been some time. I think you have to, obviously Candace, was in that category. Since that time, and again, this is straight off, top question off the top of my head right now, I can't think of somebody that's come in ranked quite that high. Glory was a very highly recruited player as well, highly ranked player. But probably since in my time here, she's been as highly recruited a player, highly ranked a player as we brought on board.
Since Candace.
Since Candace, correct. That's right.
Coach, the rankings have come out in the SEC. Now, last year, you guys didn't get much love in the beginning of the year, 4th or 5th in all the polls. This year, you're back to that top spot. Is that where you guys want to be the preseason? Does it matter? Do you like being that top dog to start? Is it comfortable for you guys?
Yeah, and honestly, we see it and we smile and say, great. Last year we were like, okay, let's use that. It doesn't affect your day-to-day preparation a whole lot. Obviously you appreciate the fact that people recognize that there's talent, and to have that expectation is overall a good thing. We like that. We like the fact that there is a positive expectation and people recognize this could be a good team. So we don't shy away from that whatsoever. But we also know that the paper that you use it on today, tomorrow I'll be making some notes, watching tape on it. It doesn't mean a whole lot as we go forward through the season. You have to prove yourself game by game, and that's the thing about last year. Last year we were picked 4th and 5th respectively in the 2 polls that were out there, and we ended up 1st. So what does that mean? Not a whole heck of a lot, because you have to still go through a 16-game grueling schedule in this conference, which I think is as good as any league in the country, top to bottom. I'll stack it up against any league, and I think you have to prove yourself. So again, we appreciate it. We like the fact that there's a positive expectation, but we also know day by day we got to fight some pretty tough battles.
Obviously, there is a lot of talent there. That's why you guys are #1. But where is this team at right now? And is it where you want them to be? Or, are they on track for what you guys want, your expectations?
Overall, we're pretty much in a good place in terms of our preparation. We've got a lot of work to do still. We look at our first game, the official game, not the exhibition, but when we're really playing a regular game, non-conference game, November 8th, and we look at their time frame, and like all coaches at this time of year, we think, oh my gosh, we don't have enough time. Boy, can we squeeze another week or another 4 or 5 days? So that's really our mindset. But I'm going to tell you something. We like the work ethic of this team. This team has come in, and they've had pretty much, from start to finish so far in the 2+ weeks we've been going, they've had very good energy. There's good chemistry on this basketball team. We like that. So those are 3 things: the work ethic, the energy, and the chemistry. Those are 3 pretty strong pillars upon which to build. So we're happy about that. But again, in terms of some of the technical things, the executional things, and even some of the systems we put in, we've got work to do yet. So by all means, we're a work in progress, like all teams right now. We just want to get better. And it sounds trite and cliche-ish, but again, it's day to day, folks. It's not anything now. We're thinking day to day. How can we get better at the end of today?
Geez, you normally have a lot of energy, Coach, but you almost seem giddy today. Is that because is there that much talent that you feel giddier than normal about this team?
I didn't have any lunch, and the trainer gave me these funny little pills, and I asked what was in them, and Jesus said, shut your mouth and swallow them. So that could have something to do with it. No, we do. Anytime you're working with good people, it's fun. So when you get me, you ask questions and you get me talking about people that are passionate about what they do and are showing a real commitment to what we do and to each other, it's fun and it's exciting. And I can tell you that this is going into my 32nd year of college coaching. I'm having as much fun with this team as I've had with any other team so far. They're fun to coach because they're receptive. They, like I said, you really respect and appreciate people who look out for each other. And that's what this team does. In the early going so far, they've shown a real commitment to one another and they take care of each other. So that's fun. At any time you're in that type of environment, you get to do that every day. It's fun.